Hello musicians! Today we have equally good for beginners, advanced beginners, just anybody, is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Pretty short and sweet. There's not too much going on with the chart. The little chord images are along the top, except there's no D chord for some reason on there. So you might want to take your pen and write the D chord in there. I would ideally like to see the chords along the top as C, and then C7 would be beside that one, and then F, and then the two G's. No, then so it would be C, D, and then E7, F, G, and the G7. So in terms of the song's nice and short, we'll go through it slowly, and I'm in tune, of course. But there's that thing where sometimes they get you to change from the G, and I've mentioned this before, to G7. You can choose one and stay on it the whole time. At the beginning of the end of the first verse, there's a C7, which you don't have to play. You could just stay on C, because if you're struggling to get to the chord after, so we would be C there, and then if you can't get to the C7 and then up to the F, just stay on C and put the F on, and then that happens again. The D chord is found on the fourth line of that second verse. So we'll sight read through it. Let's do our vocal and our check-in. So we're checking in to, these are just the cutest things, I think. So we'll check in vocally and physically to make sure you're enjoying your music in terms of your body. Relax your stomach so that you can have a nice breath in, a big breath, so the lower area of the lungs fill. And then we'll give our ear that C tone, la. And then the octave is found, of course, here when you change the A string to a C note. And then you can do octave leaps, so la, 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 as many times as you'd like. Now let's do a G as well. La, so listening first, and then la would be the octave down, and then E. La, so the first singing tone there, it's always helpful to have that. If you're strumming that C chord, and then I'm thinking about the song and the melody in my head is where I'm doing this, right? There's no intro, but we'll just start to strum our accompaniment here, holding in a loose wrist and just a down strum in regular rhythm, 4/4 time. So 1, 2, 3. So the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So that's the first note, and I'm not going to sing that high G, Rudolph, because that would be too high. I'm going to drop down to the low G, but it's still a G note to start. So Rudolph, and because it forms part of the C chord, of course, it fits in there. So here we go. So 1, 2, ready, go. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny. Now you can use G7 or G here, depending on your preference, or both. And if you ever saw it, now you can change if you want, but you don't have to. You could even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and go and maze. Again, you make your choice with G chords. And I'm going to make the change. Reindeer game. There's that C7. And then climb up to the F. Foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph. Here's our E7, so I'm going to climb up to the top with my index finger and move those other two after that. So bright. And D, from there I'm going to come over here to do that 3 men in a tub chord. Guide my sleigh tonight, then on the I'm always mentioning, the steady, accurately rhythmed down strum is always ideal, to give you that good sight reading. And then if you wanted to try and do this, I think it's pretty good in terms of staying on the chords for a long time, to give you a chance to do, a bit of a down, down, up, down, up, down. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. It glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and complain. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer game. Then one foggy down, up, down, up, down, up, down, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then all the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, with glee. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Right, so you can do it faster. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to complain. They never let poor Rudolph join any reindeer game. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you ride my sleigh tonight? Then all the reindeer loved him. One up, down the line. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Tremolo. So when you're doing tremolo, which you always want to do, is loosely, and then just brush, backing off, as opposed to when you're strumming, you're digging in a bit more. But with tremolo, it's just the tip of your finger. You can start off. All right, so that's a fun one. As you can see, it can be done in a variety of tempos. And yeah, mark up your chart to suit yourself. Circle things that you think are going to trip you up, like that D chord, and you can write the little image of it at the top if you wanted to add that. It's on your chord chart. Any chord chart that you have is showing you that D chord. You can also bar it with one finger, but I like to do 3 because I don't like to bend my joint back that way. But many people find that's easy enough to do. And so yeah, I hope you found that helpful and fun, and pass it along to anybody who you think might enjoy it. And I will see you on our next video. Have a great day, and bye for now.